Hi, it's Scott from Zoeden Guitars. Just an update on my Yamaha Studio Lord rebuild. Hopefully you can see by the images it's finally complete. I didn't do a lot of updates, so I just got stuck into it while I could when I got a spare moment, and just worked on it and basically didn't do a lot of filming. So I was going to do, if you saw in the previous videos, I was going to do a tobacco burst, but I ended up putting a brown stain on it, and I think it's come up absolutely awesome. The tobacco burst, when I was looking at it, I thought there's about 5,000 guitars at the moment with a sunburst style top, so I thought I'd actually look to do something a little different. So I went with, like, the stain was called a brown Japan, and I put a little bit on there just to see how it came up, and yeah, really brought out some of the grain and whatnot. It is a pretty plain piece of maple on top of the guitar, but yeah, it looks really stunning, to be honest. It's come out really nice. Pretty much kept everything on top stock. You can see here, if anybody is a Studio Lord fan, what I've done, the old saddle screws here were basically screwed straight into the wood. They're like a 3 or 4 mil threaded pin, and they were screwed straight into the top of the guitar. It was pretty weak, to be honest. It does sit pretty high, so what I've done was actually drilled them out and put some proper saddles in, some M8 threads saddles, and it's really beefed up the bridge and made it a lot stronger. Look, if you're a purist and a traditionalist, you probably think, oh, why did you change it? But really, it was pretty cheap and nastily done out of the factory. Wasn't a fan of it at all. Kept the pickups, kept all the hardware the same. If we flip over and look at the back, I've stained it all black, varnished. I did lose a little bit of the Made in Japan out of here, because just out of sanding it down, but yeah, it's come out nice. Replaced all the screws, and just basically tidied everything up. So it is quite a weighty piece of kit, but yeah, it actually plays really nice. I did straighten the neck out. It did come out nice, a lot straighter. There's no fret buzz now. I did steam it, but also where it joins onto the body, I think when they clamped it down out of the factory, it actually spread the fretboard. So I think what they've done is they've clamped it down on here and actually had the frets and everything on there, and it's actually spread the actual fretboard. Or if they didn't have the frets on it, they'd had it dressed down, and as they clamped it on, it's actually stretched the radius out a little bit. So these last 3 to 4 frets here on the body were actually not quite the proper radius, so I've dressed them down and tidied everything up. So there's a bit of fret life left. It's they're pretty much untouched, and generally when your frets wear, they're not going to wear down that end of the guitar anyway. So but yeah, it's come up very nice, and it plays very nice. So I'll be putting this one online for sale. So pretty popular guitar. I won't actually put it on, you know, we'll charge out the hours I've actually spent on it. I do it because I love it, and like seeing the finished products. So I'll move it on, get some money, buy my next little project, and do the same again. So yeah, latest guitar done, and I'll speak to you soon.